I'm Holly, and I'm contacting Dr. Phil Show for many reasons. And the first reason being that I need help with my addiction and my sobriety. This is probably going to be the hardest video that I've ever done in my life. And this is the first step that I'm taking, but I need help. In 2012 is when this whole thing started with me. I was hospitalized with pancreatitis, and they doped me up with Dilaudid and morphine. When I was discharged, they sent me home with 150 tablets of the 10-325s of Vicodin, and they did that for a year. And they even said then that they thought that I was getting addicted, and they still gave me the prescriptions. After that, I started doctor shopping, and during that period of time, we lost our home in Lake Forest. We used to live in a 6,000 square foot home, and we lost it to the bank after my mom did a real estate deal with Walmart and put everything from savings and checking and put 2 mortgages up on our homes. We had a home in Lake Forest, Illinois, and one in Westport, Connecticut, and we lost both of them when they didn't sign the contract. It was supposed to be a $99 million contract with Walmart, and when it was time to execute the contract, they just said, "We're not interested anymore." And it left my mom with all these bills. So once I left the hospital, we lived from hotel to hotel to hotel. And we used to bid on hotels on Priceline. Every 2 days we would move from hotel to hotel. And we used to have to pawn jewelry and use my mom's VA check and Lindsay's disability money. My sister has Asperger's, and I worked 3 jobs, and I had to even sell my blood so we could pay for a place to live. And we even tried to live in the home before the bank took it, and we had no running water and no electricity, and it was horrible. We eventually couldn't stay there when the mold, because the sunk pump stopped working in the basement, started seeping through the floor. And when we couldn't flush the toilets anymore, we used to have to use pond water to flush our toilets and get water from our neighbors. And it was a very hard time for me emotionally, just coming out of the hospital. And so my addiction started to spiral out of control. And finally we moved to Connecticut, and things seemed better for a while. But then I had to try to get my sobriety in order, and I went and got help. And then I had problems with my gallbladder after that, and so they gave me Vicodin again. So here went me again, doctor shopping. Then we moved back to Illinois when my mom got married, and I met this guy. His name was Louise, but Louise was controlling me, and he was sexually molesting me toward the end of our relationship. I had told him that I didn't want to be with him anymore, and he broke in and he raped me more than once, and I had to use Plan B. He left cut marks on me and burn marks, and it played a big toll on my mental wellness, and I tried to kill myself multiple times. Finally, I was able to get rid of him with the order of protection, but I always feel scared to go out of my home. I'm always worried that he's gonna be there. And then I got sober last year. It was 2016 when I got sober. No, 2017, I'm sorry. I had gotten sober because I had got fed up with my addiction, and I had finally gotten rid of the man who was raping me and things were finally financially getting better for us. I had a better job. And so I was sober for the longest time of my life, and I met someone online because I said, wow, I have my life in order, and now it's time for me to start my life with someone special. And that's when I met Keoma. And Keoma had red hair like me, and he was muscular, and I was infatuated with him. And I always talked to him every day and sent him videos. And I sent an application to TLC's 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. And they casted us for the show. And they filmed with us. Well, they filmed with me for 4 days, and they came to my home. And I was the happiest I've ever been in my life. It seemed like everything was falling in place. I was sober. I was going to see the man in my life. I was going to make good money. And then I said, why do I even need to work at the Fresh Market anymore? So I quit my job. And then that same day, I got a call from him. And he told me that Octavio, the producer there, told him they were going to cancel filming after getting his background check back. And he didn't tell me that he was being accused of molesting a 14-year-old student. So then it seemed like my life fell apart. All my dreams, all my hopes of seeing this man getting married and being famous fell apart. And so I tried to kill myself. So I was admitted to the hospital, and then I came out and I tried to kill myself again. And since then, my addiction has just spiraled out of control. I can't get over the past, and I've tried to get my life in order, but I can't. And I need help. And I need someone to help me, because